So today's meditation or mindfulness is based on the teachings of Krishna, the originator of yoga. Let me put it in a simple way. The car is used to take you to a liquor store or a food store. And we have the same experience. We are hungry, either for a liquor or for food. Who has to make a right decision? Ask yourself. Now, when the intellect is impure, dictated by the mind, intellect makes the right choice. It claims, going to the liquor store is same thing like going to the food store. Just check it. Understand that clearly. The mind finds pleasure in both. One is for survival and other is habit and addiction. So our Krishna uses the word Mamata. The state of the mind is either Mamata or Samata. Mamata, mind is crazy, obsessed, anxious, reacting, claiming happiness is outside. And Samata, mind has left the world, even living in the world. And Samata, the literal translation, Samata is equanimity of the mind. And equanimity of the mind is the state of mindfulness. And just opposite is Mamata. So while explaining, Krishna says, Sukh dukkhe samo bhutva, labho alabho jaya jayo. Sukh dukkhe, sorrow, happiness. Labh alabh, profit and loss. Jaya ajayo, victory and defeat. Can I maintain the state of equanimity in the mind? Then I can fight the battle of life at any point of time. Now apply this in daily life. Honey, take the same example, I always give that same example. I was giving a private lesson and so the women told me, I don't have any problem with my husband. Why you bring the same example? Mamata is still there. So I kept quiet. I said, okay, I will not give any example like this. So understand profit and loss, victory and defeat. It is the same thing. In Mamata, we are defeated all the time. And that is the cause of our anxiety, reaction, stress, suffering, problem. But the Krishna says, refuse to be miserable. How? Samata. So can I say the meditation is a process and a method to help the mind release Mamata and discover the natural state of equanimity, mindfulness, whether you say nothingness or mindfulness. Take another example. Pay attention to it. Here and now, you can be in the state of meditation without doing the practice. The real self using instruments of body, mind, intellect, dictated by Mamata, leads to suffering. I gave this first example. Car, I am using the car, leading me to a store, to fulfill, to satiate, to seek pleasure outside, causes the suffering. Now see the entire scenario, the different scenario, the real self using the same instruments, influenced by the treasures of the self. What is that treasure? Peace, happiness, love, wisdom leads to creativity, harmony, love, wisdom in personal, professional, social lives. That easy is what I say mindfulness is. So look at these masters, they have used different terms, but ultimately it is the mind facing to the world, mind facing to the self. And you can be aware here and now. So when many people say, no, I had a lot of thoughts, I cannot focus, where the mind is, you know it by this principle. And I have a lot of thoughts but not influenced by anyone, where the mind is facing. We need to contemplate and reflect on that. The contemplation and reflection on the principle becomes an application. Look at the smartphone. Look at the screen, look at the TV, look at the satellite. And if you leave all the principles, you do not contemplate, there is no application, we continue to suffer. Going little deeper with the same Mamata and Samata. So Krishna says, Sukha dukkhe same bhutva labho alabho jaya jayo. My mind is not influenced and dictated by what is happening in the world outside. Is it possible or not? Yes, it is possible. Mindfulness makes it possible. Meditation makes it possible. Whether you say purify the mind, whether you say the mind should start facing to the self, but here is a take so that we can start reflecting on what is happening in my mind when there is a mamata. Question comes, I have a lot of thoughts, why? Every thought has an object, has an image, and the mind has given value to that object or a person. What is that value? Value means what? Think of it. Value means what? You know, if you say value, literally it means a price. It may mean importance. It may mean the cost. It may mean the benefit. So let us take the meaning benefit. The mind says, I will benefit if I like you, if I like a person, an object. So the wishing, the wanting is created in the mind. With the liking, So the moment we start thinking, thoughts enters into the mind without knowing me, and these constant thinking leads me to attachment. Attachment leads me to obsession, and obsession, all the factors together, is Mamata. So how the mind works in the world, and that causes the suffering. So I give value to the possessions and objects, things in the world. First, value to the possession, objects, it builds up a strong ego. Value given to my work, I'm obsessed. I have a couple of friends here and they say, I'm awfully busy. Every day they get totally tired, they sleep, and the next day they are running. Value given to the work, not working smartly with a clarity. And the third value is highly dangerous on the path of meditation. I know. Now I have done it. I have an experience. So who is saying this? The value given to claim that I know, it leads to the pride. Look at the entire journey, the way the Krishna explains. One is tamasic. I'm drawing an attention to Risla. We talk a lot about tamasic, rajasic, and sattvic. So that these three mamata are always at work if you don't live in peace and happiness. And what the Master says, equanimity in the state or whatever is happening in the world, it has to happen. Mamata and Samata. So now see, if I take the principle of Patanjali, the moment the mamata starts working in the mind is full of thoughts, feelings, sensations related to objects, related to, oh no, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. I have one student here. Normally, my habit is to reach about 10 minutes before the session. And I'm ready most of the time, even for online journey. And I explained to him, this is, I'm always, let me remain free. The mind enjoys the freedom if I reach 10 minutes before. There is the clarity. He applied the same in his professional life. Last week he was telling me that, I reached 15 minutes before, so I have a clarity that what I am going to present to my clients and how I'm going to present, and maintaining that state of equanimity. So the last point before we start our journey of mindfulness, when the mind is dictated by mamata, it leads to klesha. Klesha means suffering in my life. And the chain of the mamata, chain of the klesha is avidya. We return again. Ignorance, incomplete knowledge of who am I. That leads to building of ego, avidya. Next is asmita. And how the asmita stays? Because of strong likes and dislikes in the world. And the fifth cause of suffering is I don't know, yearning desire to live, work, and think. Don't know where I'm going. That is the true example of Mamata. So let us start with our journey of meditation today. Eyes are closed. Eyes are closed. Position of the body. So first is the position of the body. Breath, mind, here and now. If it is dictated by the Mamata or Samata, just recognize it. I'm not saying that only today it will happen. It's a process of regular meditation practice with the wisdom. So the first is position of the body. You look at it. No, I am looking at it. What is next? You see the Mamata has come? What is that Mamata of running the mind? Mind still wants to run. Look at this, my friend. So you are looking at the body, the position, and the mind says, no, I have a lot of complaints for the body. Mamata. Given value to the body. But it doesn't mean that we don't adjust and align the body. Every step will take you to the state of Samata. Okay, look at the breath. Body is outside me, my real nature. And breath is too outside me, my real me. Oh, is that so? Yes. Okay. So looking at the breath, looking at the body. Okay, I'm looking at the body. I'm looking at the breath. And then looking at the mind, all these, any single thought or many thoughts, it has to do with the Mamata. It is subtle, we may not recognize, it may be very gross. Oh, we can instantly recognize. Is it a knowledge practice? The answer is yes. And after that of contemplation, we go to being comfortable. We want to settle in Samata. So we look at the neck joint. We feel the sensation and we experience a sense of steadiness. Now, did you really understand why we say steadiness? The mind by default in Mamata always like to always likes to run from one thought to the other. Now with that reference, look at the shoulder joint. If you feel discomfort, the mind is running. The mind has given value to running. Simply recognize it. The very recognition helps you to drop mamata. The entire body now. Look at this entire body. Feel the sensation. Yes. Feel being comfortable and experience the sense of steadiness. What exactly you are doing in this process, it's a very subtle. You know it. Mind is running, thank you very much, continue running. But I have prevented naturally, because the mind has to express and act on all its value propositions through the body, and the mind is experiencing the state of the body. This is the Samata in the body. That is why you see that every master says, keep the body still during the practice. But now you are understanding with the clarity. And now we go to the mind. Mind, where are you? Where are you going? You keep that awareness. You simply watch, observe, feel, and you do nothing to any of these thoughts. It may go up, it may go, mind may bring any kind of these thoughts, and there are only three categories of the thoughts. The mind is Mamata for possessions and objects, Mamata for running, Mamata for pride. No, I know. So the moment I say, the mind says, I know, the journey stops there. You see, just making the practice simpler and simple. I told you before that simple the practice, the higher it is. Well, recheck. Look at the head and the neck and experience sensation, relaxation and stillness in the body, even if the mind is running. Let it run. Yesterday I was giving a workshop and my mind was running, but I was observing his body was totally still. I believe you understand the practice. So look at the right arm. The mind moves on the right arm. And you are experiencing sensation, relaxation and stillness. In that state of sensation, relaxation and stillness, the mamata for the body will not work. See that? Before you drive your car to a liquor store, and if the mind says where I am going, why I am going, seeking the pleasure, and you have a moment of wisdom, it has nothing to do with my survival, and you stop it. The mind goes to the chest and the belly. Be there. Just be there. Feel the sensation and relaxation. It's a conscious relaxation, my friend. It is a conscious relaxation. And you experience the stillness. Right leg. No, I have a lot of thoughts. I cannot control the thoughts. I didn't say you. I simply say move the mind on the right. No, but I have the thoughts. Move the mind once again on the right leg. Now still there are thoughts. Move the mind again on the right leg. By your awareness. So when that happens, the sensation deepens, brings forth the state of relaxation, and gives you an experience of stillness in the body. Taking you to the talk, Mamata may be there in the mind, but prevented naturally by the experience of sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Left leg. I simply said left leg. Now, in the journey of mindfulness, the mind is giving value to move the mind on the left leg. Thoughts are there, it gives a value. That is what happens in our daily life. You are in a big mall, and mamata with any object, the mind always wants to look there. It wants to reach to that shop. Choice is ours. I'm not saying anything. Choice is ours. The left leg, feel the sensation and the entire body, feel the sensation, relaxation, and the stillness. Let us move little deeper with knowledge, with understanding, with wisdom. So today we'll understand the breath awareness in the journey of mindfulness to move the mind inside, facing to the self. So in the state of sensation, relaxation and stillness. Look at the breath. The breath is going in and out. Just check it if the breath is regular, rhythmic, or not. We simply know it, we do nothing. Just looking, feeling, and looking, feeling, and knowing. And now go to the same step that we have done many a times. You know the breath is going in and out. You feel the sensation of the breath. No change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. The moment the mind takes over you, it changes the rate and the rhythm of the breath, and then it goes back to Mamata. In order to educate and keep the mind inside, we add the fourth step. The moment the breath goes in, Shantoham. The moment the breath comes out, Shantoham. In this step, we need not to understand what it means by Shantoham, whether it's a mantra. We are just engaging the mind. We are just engaging and educating the mind. Why don't you remain on the breath as a highway? Breath is the highway on which you drop the mind by Shantoham. No change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. What did we understand in doing? Four-pointed awareness of the breath. The breath is going in and out, feeling the sensation of the breath, no change, and Shantoham. Now, we understand the next step clearly. Every thought has a location, image, and the name. So name is Shantoham. Image is the space inside, and the location is also the space inside. Just take an example. When I say Priscilla, it has an image I recognize in the mind. It has a location and the name. We continue to drop Shantoham on the highway of the breath, looking inside the heart in the space. Be 100% clear. You are saying Shantoham, it is the space, location is the space, and highway of the breath. And here comes the meaning. I am the space, I am peace. In the Eastern wisdom, that peace or happiness has an image of infinite space. There are 10 people, and I say, where is Samir? I don't know. What happens to the mind? Now I know it. This step is used in the path of yoga of love, yoga of emotional integration. I'm repeating again. The moment the breath goes in, you drop Shantoham. Location is the heart within, and the image is nothing but the infinite space. Now you know it clearly. Whether the breath is coming out, it is returning to the space inside. Where the space, the location. That's how we say, oh, where is he? Oh, he is at home. So the mind creates an image deep within. Okay, I understand. And see what happens today. Are we clear where the mind is moving? Dropping Shantoham. Shantoham is the name of the space deep inside the heart, and so the location. The tool, the step used to transcend the mind. In a very traditional practice, that space is replaced by an image of Krishna, of Shiva, of Guru, of any. In the beginning, it is in human image. But we are moving into a very higher step. We replace the location and the image as the infinite space, addressing as Shantoham. In the state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness, my friends. We are giving a proper food to the mind, the way mind works. Every thought has an image. There is no image, it becomes abstract. Even abstract has an image in the mind. Shantoham. 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 Now doing nothing, remain as you are. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your closed eyes. Open the eyes inside. Know your experiences and bring the hands down. Practice is complete. How are you, Samir?
Sir, after a long time, this is the practice that I didn't feel sleepy for even a second.
That's
Means I
wonderful.
didn't feel sleepy at all. I was totally aware for all of the 45 minutes. I was totally listening to you. I didn't, there was no sleep sensation in my mind.
Oh,
And
that's a
yes,
sign of the
and
progress.
yes, sir. And it was a thing as my hands are expanding a lot, means as my leg is expanding a lot, becoming big like you see in Ramayana, no,
Yeah,
Kumbhkarna,
yeah,
that
yeah, 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 yeah,
big,
yeah.
big, big hand is becoming big, leg is becoming big.
Well, yes, yes,
Getting
yes.
wide. It, four or five times I felt like that only.
Yes, yes, yes. Don't help your hand to reach to your honey in meditation.
Never, sir.
So, it is what happens
man, that sounds like.
How are you, Priscilla and Paul?
Hi.
Good.
Yes.
So very light.
Very light.
Very light, and I hardly ever see colors because I usually just see black, but I saw a lot of white and pink. It was
White, yes. White is definitely taking you deeper.
yeah, it was very good. Very light, pleasant, happy experience.
Happy experience. Wonderful. And how are you, Paul?
I'm good. The mind was humming along the way. It kind of had like a vibration to it.
Ah, that's that's good. We should just contemplate and reflect. The moment I have any thought, say for example, Priscilla means image. Priscilla is a thought and it has its location. Now, if you remove the location from a thought, the thought is not complete. Just contemplate. It is a beautiful principle laid down by a couple of masters. So how are you, Maria?
Fine.
Fine, happy, yes.
Yes.
Very good. So you are moving ahead in your life. That is really good. Very good. So how are you, sir? Ashok?
Namaste.
Namaste, sir.
Better today, sir.
Huh?
Feeling better today.
Feeling better today. Because of meditation or because of...
Because of meditation and become more aware.
Becoming more aware. Wonderful. That is a good journey. And we have now Sangeeta. How are you?
सर बहुत अच्छा लगा और सर ममता तो बहुत डीप है
Yes.
बहुत ज़्यादा डीप है
Samata is very deep because Mamata is always in front in our daily life. Even, just after the meditation, just have a cup of tea, I like this tea. Finished. But if I am aware, let me have a cup of tea, maintaining samatha. That is where we live into the state of mindfulness. हाँ जी, कैसे हैं देवी जी, शोभा? How are you?
ठीक है सर. नमस्कार सर.
नमस्कार सर.
मैं गाड़ी के बीच में अटक गई थी, उतर गई थी ट्रैक से, वो फटाफट ट्रैक पे आनी शुरू हो गई है.
Okay. Yeah. Very good. Let me see how long it takes. And the Terry may not be able to unmute. If she is able to unmute, so we'll share our experiences. That's really good to see you. Yes, Terry, how are you?
I want to listen to it again because I was having some pain during. I was listening all the time, but I think I did lose. I don't know if I was asleep or what. I went way. One of my thoughts ran so far.
Yeah.
That I went very far away for a very brief time and came back. So I would like to listen to it.
Yes, listen to it again, maybe because you're totally relaxed and fell into sleep. It is the body which is totally unconsciousness, and the mind takes over the body during the practice and we fall into sleep. But I appreciate you're still keeping your awareness and the journey of the mindfulness to find the self. You are not the body. You are not the mind. You are not the breath. You are not the intellect. You are the ego. You are the true nature. And that too in a hospital, it is a great thing.